company.
Welcome back to Liquid Lunch. We're here with Dale Campbell, web designer. Dale,
Look down there.
how nervous are you right now?
Very nervous.
No, seriously.
You don't look nervous.
I got to a scale of 1 to 10.
I don't mind being in front of a camera. I just figure I don't want to see myself in front of that camera.
Don't look.
Okay, don't worry about that.
I won't look.
So anyway, great to have you here.
Thank you.
And our job is to make you feel really good and comfortable.
Well, instead
I know
of
Marla's
declaring,
already doing
just
that.
do it.
You do
Yeah.
it.
I already did. We
Okay.
just had a wonderful connection
Great.
here, back and forth.
So-
Do you have your own company?
Yes, I do. I started it about 12 years ago.
What's it called?
Done by Dale, web design.
And why did you start it? You're a woman, and most people think web designers are men.
Yeah. Well, I had left the Toronto area, and I was living east of Bancroft.
East of Bancroft?
East of
Now
Bancroft.
that's radioactive,
Yes.
right? Was it radioactive where you lived?
No. But it's, and what happened was when I was in Toronto before that, I had a little company, but I did desktop publishing. I did high-level presentations for advertising companies. And of course, at one point, I did some career climbing at a bank. And all these places educate you or you learn something. Well, and then what do you do with it?
Extrapolate knowledge, and then what do you do with it?
Exactly.
Keep
You do a
learning.
talk show.
That's even
This guy
better.
knows everything.
That's actually a lot better. But so what happened was I met a little web artist, and this was kind of like when websites were just starting. I mean, in those days it was really exciting if a TV show said, "Oh, a website, ooh," and he was this very strange little man, and I discovered that everything I had learned I could put to good use. So I didn't waste anything, and there's nothing like spending years doing stuff and then finding out that you can't do anything with it. And that's how it started. And
Hey,
you're right.
Do you
There were
remember?
no women.
Okay, I got a funny question. Do you remember the first time you ever heard of a web page? I remember the first time I ever heard
Yes.
of it, and it took me a while to wrap my head around the concept.
I could not figure out what that was for. I remember the first time I went online, and the whole concept of things being able to go that fast and being out there with the rest of the world was very strange.
Mm-hmm.
And but at one point, everybody was, "Oh, my web designers in California. Oh, wow," and they thought this was great.
Mm-hmm.
Several years later, not so great. All the long distance clients went down the road for a handshake. They discovered business is business.
Yeah.
And so it's better to have someone that you're doing business with local.
Yeah.
And that happened. It actually changed.
Okay. And the web itself has changed. And
Yes.
and the way people approach websites has changed. And now we have social networking and all that kind of stuff. What have you seen evolve over the years since you got into it? How has your role as a web designer changed?
Well, when I started, everything was basically coding and hand coding, and it took months to do it,
Mm-hmm.
to make a website. There was no such thing as social networking. Most people hadn't even heard of email. What would they do with that, right? And then it gradually got more and more. And part of it was speed, part of it was cost. Computers were very expensive. And also, you're on dial-up. It took me 4 hours one time to download a small program. So I think as that evolved and more people got, and it became more cost effective to actually get a computer, to get online, and the speed improved, then everybody just sort of went with it at that
Mhm.
point.
Mhm.
So it gradually evolved, and as more and more people went in, more and more people wanted. And then everybody wanted something. And that's how it got. It's what you want.
So now there's different aspects to web design. There's the look and feel side, which is like the artistic
Yes.
side. There's the programming side, and there's probably other sides too.
Well, I keep being told anybody can do a website.
Yeah,
Their kid can do a website.
yeah.
But can you be found? And if someone goes there, what do you want? What do you want your website to say? Who are you talking to? What do you want from it?
Because it needs to have its business whatever its objectives
Exactly.
are. Like you got to start with your objectives, right?
Yes.
What do we want this site to do for us?
And most of the time, people don't know.
Yeah.
They go, "Well, I don't know. I'm told I got to have a website."
Mm-hmm.
I say, "Well, what would you like? What do you need it for?" "I don't know. I got to have a website." So, and I have no time because they don't want to do it themselves. And then I have to walk them through what they can use it for, what they're ready for, what they'll get out of it. What do they want?
So what do you, when somebody comes to you like that, say they're, I don't know, let's keep it general, but, what kind of website do for a business or an organization or a person?
It depends on what their needs are. Some people just need a blog site. That's what they want. That's what they're happy with. They can add their own content. They can add their own pictures, put what they want, categorize what they want. Others, they don't have the time. They don't want to do that. They don't want the time. They just want it done. So that's two different ways of doing it. Some people want to sell online. Others aren't ready.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had clients that say, well, they start a website, and about 2 years later, they're ready.
To what, sell?
Yeah, because it's an
That is
e-commerce.
a problem. I have to say
E-commerce.
that I find that a roadblock for myself.
Is what?
Getting into PayPal and everything and dealing that, because if I put my book on whatever, publish
Yeah.
a book and sell it myself, it's not my thing. I want someone to take care of that whole thing for me, or I've totally shelved my memoir. I just can't do it. It's such a, and I know people who sell their albums on PayPal and they do it online, but I just can't. So I use my blog connected to a website address.
Exactly. And I've had some clients, and when they were ready and comfortable with their websites and comfortable with their email and comfortable with doing business online, then they're ready. And then they're happy and they're able to cope with it, and they do it quite nicely. But pushing someone into when they're not ready, I don't believe in that.
Okay. So, what's your specialty? Are you more on the artistic side? Are you on the
Yes.
programming side? The
No,
database
I'm on the
side?
artistic. I'm on the user analysis, creative side.
So
Okay, so you start, with the
that's
business
okay.
objectives. You start working from a business perspective,
Yes.
right? Okay, Marla, go.
And
Do
then
you-
also, like with you, what
Yeah.
you like, after I discuss what your needs are and everything like that, I get a sense of who you are. Some people are very strong and they want strong colors. Others are very soft. Now, if you've got a logo with your business and you've already set up your colors, that's very nice, and then we can match and go with it.
Right.
But sometimes people just,
If they come in with a blank slate, can you come up with a template of sorts?
yes,
That and do you show your new client, I've got 5 ideas for you, take a look at them, which one do you like? That's like when you start with Blogspot, you look at the
yes.
30 templates, and
Yes.
none of them always
And then
shout out
I
at you.
work with them too, by the way. I don't do it for them.
Yeah, that's helpful because that gives the confidence. Can they be by your side, or do they have to be over the phone?
Oh, we do it over the phone. It doesn't matter, and because we can both be looking at the same thing.
But with screen share?
No, we don't even have to have that. We can actually, if they're writing stuff, we're going through what they're writing and discuss what they need. They can send it to me. It's better if you can do that sharing. Some people are not set up for it, but that's okay. They'll write something, they'll send it, I'll edit. Yes, I can write it. But it's better if they do. It's their business. They know their product. And then when it's done, it's theirs. And they own it, and they're proud of it. It wasn't just handed to them, like, here's this, go do,
How do people find you?
Usually it's reference. Clients actually refer other clients. And then we all, actually, my clients I've had for years, so I have my first client still.
And you just keep
Well, when they need changes, they don't want to deal with it.
tweaking
They-
their thing.
Yeah, they just, whenever they need changes, once you're set up, depending on your type of what you need, sometimes your changes are minimal per year.
But then again, there's now the CMSs are big now, the content management solutions, right? You
Yes.
set it up, and then they just need to, then the user just has to log in, update. They can add pages, they can add content, they can add
Yes.
pictures, videos, all that kind of stuff. So that's a whole new, to me, that's like a whole new generation of web design.
Yes, it is. It's been around for a while. Blogs have been around for a while. I've designed blogs and handed over blogs, and people never used them.
Yeah.
So now, though, they are using them, and now they're blog sites, and they're able to do that. And a lot more people are getting involved. and they don't find it as difficult. It's also much easier now than it used to be.
Right, but things are changing all the time now.
Oh, yeah.
Because now we got to think about social networking. We got to think about search engine optimization.
Videos.
Videos. I don't know what use videos could be on the internet.
How do you get your website to come up earlier than other people's when it's the same subject matter?
Now, that's a toughie. That's called search engine optimization.
Yeah, how do you do that? People say, oh, it's easy, and no
Yes.
one ever gives me the answer.
Yes, Dale. How do you do search engine optimization?
Well, if you don't have a lot of competition, it's real easy. You can get up there real fast. But there's a whole science going on now. They've really taken it to a new level. Content, what you put on the page, your words actually mean something to Google. If you're concentrating on Google, the title of your page actually, and the description of your page, like in 17 words or less. What's your company? That's a toughie.
What is that? Is that in the meta tagging?
Yeah. But I used to say that jokingly, in 17 words or less, tell
Yeah.
me what it's like. But actually, that is a pretty good rule of thumb.
Well, that's good. Then you can even squeeze that onto your Twitter, right?
Yep, 17 words or less, and that would be the description of what your site's about, and they like that. Getting your domain name that actually has some words that relate to what you do. So ThatChannel.
Oh, well, what if your domain name is Marla Lukovsky?
What is it that you do?
Zhilukovsk.
I do a couple of things, but that's www.marlalukovsky.com.
No, you don't have to have it as that. You could do Marla, pick something that you do and make that.
MarlaMakesFunny.com. Huh? Huh?
But I do so many things.
Well, you choose one, and you can actually have
Most
more
of them
than
are
one
illegal,
domain
though.
name. Oh,
But
well, there you
a
go.
lot of people give their name as their website.
Yes, they can, if that's how they want to be found.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But if I don't know your name, and I
Right.
just want to find you and what you do,
right.
that would help. So there's all these little things that you can do to, I've been asked to do stuff that will, if you spam, Google will bar you. You're done.
What do
You
you
mean
mean?
spam with email?
No, on your website.
How do you spam on your website?
They call it ghostwriting. They call it whatever. And
Well,
what
like
happens
white
is,
text on
yeah,
a white
behind
background?
the white. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What is that?
Well, see, because Google, you correct me if I'm wrong,
Mm-hmm.
Google picks up the text in your website. So if you put white text on a white background, people won't see that when they look at your web page, but Google will pick up all that text.
Why would one type
Because
white
of
on white?
keywords. They'll put in words and repeat words and repeat words. So the Google figures, oh, look at all that. That's a really important word. Or don't quote me on that one, by the way. I'm really simplifying this. And so, but if Google finds you, you basically, they will block you.
Yeah.
That's it. That's considered spamming. They call it ghostwriting. They call it, I promised you something, didn't I?
I can't remember.
I promised you to tell you about the first bug in a computer.
The first bug, like virus?
Have you ever heard about the first bug? Okay. Somewhere around the 50s or somewhere in there was a huge computer center. They were just starting it all. And in those days, everything had these lights that went on and off, and it was all, air conditioned. You had to be very careful. And it cost a fortune. And they had this thing, and it was all set up, and they're all happy. And all of a sudden, it's not working right. And the programmers go at it, and they're just programming, and they can't get this to work. And they're going crazy. So they figure, well, it must be hardware. So they bring in the hardware guys, and they tear apart this computer. It's thousands of dollars. And there was the bug. A moth. It was attracted to the lights on the computer. It was the first computer bug.
It was the real,
Wow.
literal.
It is in the Smithsonian now.
The bug?
Yes. The first computer bug is in the Smithsonian. I just love that
That's
story.
funny. I think we might have a bug or two in here.
I think so. I think some fruit flies too.
But no, and lately the video is where it's really going. What you're doing is really very much where it's going these days with video.
Now, why? Why don't people just want to read?
Because people like to see people.
Well, it's fun to see videos as long as they're short, like YouTube. And the shorter the better. And
Yeah, less than 1 minute.
yeah,
Is that what your
if
stats
you want to
tell you?
tease something.
No, just people get bored.
Yeah.
Except that if you're watching a series and you want to catch it on YouTube in increments. You want them
Exactly.
longer, but
But usually it's an infomercial. If you're going to do something for your business, it would be considered an infomercial. They're usually 30 seconds to a minute.
Yeah.
And that way people stay interested. You get your message across and you're gone. And they want more.
Okay, so what, I mean, who are the ideal people that should think about getting in touch with you to presumably work on their web?
Generally
Presence.
small, medium business. I'm now sort of teamed up with a programmer that does do all that back end and customer. We're doing all kinds of stuff. Blog sites, as you mentioned, content management systems. I believe he likes Joomla. Now, programmers are a different breed,
Oh, yeah.
so they're very good at, and I let them do that. So he will be doing the back end of that. We're going to also be handling small little microsites for little businesses that don't want a lot and want to handle it all themselves. They may want only 3 pages or 6 pages and cheap and cheerful, and there you go. So we're going to try to have that to accommodate them because they kind of get left out sometimes. Very small businesses have a tough time, and it can be very expensive. So this way, we're going to try and accommodate different size businesses and different needs of whatever somebody wants.
And what does the process look like? So somebody out there watching this right now, maybe they're resonating with what you're saying, and they're saying, hey, I want to work with her to do our thing, and they get in touch with you. Then what happens? You sit down and do a...
What they need. If they need one of those ones, which is a content management system, and they just want a small one, that's what they get. If they're comfortable with blog sites, they want a little more and they need some training and some help along the way, then that's something different again. And we're trying to put together some packages so that will help. We have templates. You can go online and get like thousands of them.
too many, in fact. It
I
makes
thought
it
so.
hard to make a decision.
Thank you.
It's daunting.
But you can help them make that decision,
No,
right?
but I know it. I have that discussion often because I think there's too many, and I'm being told they're not. So thank you. You just verified what I was thinking. And because too many is to me it's overwhelming.
I get overwhelmed.
There's too much of everything.
Yeah,
But
there's too
of
much of
course,
everything.
that's just today. Wait till October 28th.
Oh boy.
28th.
October 28th. That's the day that everything happens all at once.
Oh, is that right?
Everything.
Such as.
You name it.
Okay. I should mark that on my calendar, huh?
Mark it on your calendar if you get past this weekend, which of course
Is this the Christian
the rapture
thing?
the rapture is Saturday. So
Okay.
Saturday, I know somebody's having a party I'm not invited to, so hey,
Well-
let the world rip apart. Fine.
And it's funny. I'm involved with all kinds of people that are into spiritual, and nobody told me. Maybe I didn't get the email.
I bet you're
Well,
going to see at
maybe
least
they're not
I bet
spiritual
you're going to
enough.
see at least 2 references to the rapture this Saturday
Okay.
during the rest of the day, and then yes, put the October 28th on your calendar because everything's going to happen that day all at the same time.
Well, that's right. Like when you said about where I was living.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're all into healing. I've got healing stones and you
Oh,
name
yeah.
it. And
Where do you live?
Well, right now, Toronto.
What,
But
some
where I
sort of a
was.
commune?
No. It's just that there's stones and mining and all the different stuff out near Bancroft. And my friend was into healing. And
Oh, yeah.
it's all kinds.
Do you
of
miss
stuff.
Bancroft? Do you miss the country life?
No, I'm from Montreal originally. I'm a
Oh,
city girl.
so you
Okay.
like good bagels?
All right.
Okay. Don't talk to a Montrealer about bagels.
You
They'll
can
rip
get
your
Saint
head
Urbain
off.
bagels in Toronto now.
I know it's down the street for me,
I
but the
know.
best is Greif's, and Greif's is tastes just like a Montreal bagel.
All right.
But no, I actually like Toronto, and I'm very happy to be back. And
Oh, good.
I've met the nicest people, and I've had the most amazingly good luck, and
Wow.
it's scary.
That is scary to find
I know.
that many good things in Toronto.
Oh, yeah, I
I
do.
like Toronto too.
So
but,
Dale,
yeah.
Dale, how do you feel now? Are you still nervous? Did you have a good time?
Yeah, you people are very smart. I noticed that.
You mean him and I?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah.
ask very good questions, and
We
I
do,
think I
we
was a
do.
little worried that you'd probably ask me something I couldn't answer.
See?
Well,
Marla,
no. The
see?
thing is that you're smart, so you can answer anything. But I
Yeah.
think you're right. We are.
We are smart.
We are smart.
Yes, you
We are
are.
a jack of all trades, a master. Nice combo, nice balance. What I don't know, he knows. What he doesn't know, I know.
Exactly.
Excellent.
So thanks,
Thank
Dale,
you
for
very
doing
much.
this. And if people want to get in touch with you, what's the website where they can go check it out?
www, naturally, done by Dale. Done by Dale. I have a client that said if you don't have your website done by Dale, you're probably being done in by somebody else.
Well, then you better do that. Do you have a little YouTube clip of that?
No.
You do
Well,
now.
you should.
You do now.
And you're
do
going to do
now?
a sound bite here.
Donebydale.com,
No,
right?
that was
Yes.
perfect.
Okay. So that's it for the show.
Well, okay. It's
All
nice
right.
seeing you.
Yeah, nice to see you.
Yeah.
And nice to see you, Dale.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
Okay.
And
You're
nice to know
welcome.
your cilantro has kind of worn off on your breath.
And I will tell the people what's worn off.
Boy, did I get you nervous that your whole
Smell-o-vision coming soon.
microphone fell apart?
Okay, that's it. That channel. Thanks,
Okay.
everybody. See you tomorrow for more Liquid Lunch right here.
Bye-bye.
ThatChannel.com. How'd you do that?
Should you stay attached to this new ground? It's no wonder